Hi, this is Miss Key, and this is my review of Thousand Pound Best Friends, Season 1, Episode 7, Waiting to Exhale. Before I get started, just wanted to remind you to please like, comment, and subscribe. I know you can't see me, but it's still fun here, so go ahead, hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway, let's get started. So we start off where we left off last episode with Vanessa and Meghan in therapy. And Vanessa tells the therapist that, in her past, she's had to do some things, just to eat, just to feed her kids. She mentions that she was in the sex trade and she did sell her body and she did do some hustling. And she said only Megan and her sister, knew the things that she did. And it's some things she's just going to take to her grave. She said, with that pain and with those memories, it just makes her want to overeat because she really just wants to bury those memories. Um, and the therapist says that she really appreciates Vanessa's vulnerability. I appreciate her being vulnerable because I can imagine if she is carrying that shame to not only put it out there to a therapist, but she's putting it out there on television for millions of people to see. So, I know that she's ashamed of the things that she's done, but I do applaud her for putting herself out there. I'm sure that that wasn't easy to admit to, especially since she has children and things like that. So, I'm glad that she turned over a new leaf and she's not, into that lifestyle anymore. I was thinking, you just never know what people are going through. So I hope that she never has to go back, to that place again. But anyway, she does mention that her alter ego back then was Sunshine, and she said a guy named her that because he said that she brought sunshine, with the things that she was doing and things like that. I said, that is so deep. She said she brought that sunshine out and she would rob and steal and do all types of stuff. So it's something that she's really working to get past. And the therapist asked her if she felt like she could forgive herself. And Vanessa said she really didn't feel like she deserved forgiveness. And the therapist, let her know that she needs to practice some self compassion. And she had her to tell herself that, she's worthy of forgiveness. And she said, you may want to look in the mirror and practice telling yourself that every single day. And I was like, wow, that's so deep. And I think anybody could use that. It's sometimes hard to forgive yourself for your shortcomings and the things that you've done wrong in the past. So that part was really deep. Um, But Megan tells Vanessa to, turn that negative into a positive. Vanessa is like a little, I mean, not Vanessa, Megan is a little mini therapist herself. So, anyway, so to the next scene, we're at Tina's house, and Megan and Tina, they're working out with Tina's son. He's kind of the workout instructor. So, they're trying to kind of pump things up a little bit because they have the visit with Dr. Proctor soon. So they after they work out, they get on the Zoom call with the other girls, Ashley and Vanessa, and they're talking about their 20th high school reunion. And Tina says she's excited to go. Ashley, she's ready to go too. She's encouraging the other girls because Vanessa and Megan, they're worried about going to the reunion. They're worried about being overweight. Vanessa's worried about, the past bullying and things like that. And Ashley is just kind of building them up. She's like, hey, the other people probably done gain weight too. Other people probably not out here rocket scientists either. So I really appreciate Ashley saying that. Yeah, it can be hard kind of going back. I didn't go to my high school reunion, but you kind of think about where you are in your life, and hopefully you're not in kind of that same place possibly that you were if you had some insecurities and things like that. You want to be successful. You don't want to go back and, you know, don't have nothing new to say. So I can definitely understand where Vanessa and Megan were coming from, but I like how Ashley, built them up. So anyway, Vanessa was saying that she would feel more confident if she's had the surgery, by the time they go to their class reunion. So she was saying that if she doesn't make weight, she's done. And I was thinking, oh goodness, I hope that she does make her weight because I really don't want her to give up. She really has been trying, especially with moving away from her sister. That was huge. So, next up, we see Vanessa doing a stress test because she said if she's not able to pass the stress test, she won't be able to get the surgery anyway. So, she's doing this stress test. She's doing like a breathing test, and she's just like so nervous. After her breathing test, she starts, feeling nauseated and things like that. And the nurse, he asked if she wanted a snack. And she said no, she didn't want it. Because she hadn't ate since the day before. And I was just thinking, you might want to get a snack so you don't pass out. But she skipped the snack. She continued on with the stress test. She got through it. She was like, she didn't know what she would do, if she didn't pass this test, but she would just await the results. So after she got out the stress test, she goes in the car and she calls her sister because she said things have been strained between them since she moved out. And when she called her sister was acting cold. She was kind of giving one word short answers and things like that. Seems like she real salty, since she up and left and now she, has to take care of those bills by herself. But, I really feel like Vanessa did the right thing because her sister was sabotaging her. And I'm like, hey, if you was that worried about, keeping Vanessa around, not only as your sister, but keeping her around to help out with the bills, you shouldn't have been sabotaging her, bringing donuts and pancakes and whatever else she was bringing. So she could have been a little more supportive. And her sister talks about how she's concerned about her, doing the surgery, and Vanessa says she's going to do it with or without her sister's support. So I hope she continues to fight for herself. But I do hope that her and her sister can make amends, because they only have each other. They lost some other siblings and they lost their parents. So I really hope that they can get that together. So next up, we see the ladies at different points. They're just really trying to put in, those last ditch efforts, trying to get that weight off. They're working out. They're showing the ladies walking, and they really seem to be, really trying to push and get that weight off for their upcoming appointment with Dr. Proctor. So next up, we see the ladies. It's time to go see Dr. Proctor. They finally get into the office. Dr. Proctor comes in and asks the ladies how they've been doing. They both say, Vanessa and Meghan, they both say that they have been working hard. And so first is Meghan's turn to get up on that scale. And her weight is 303 pounds. So she didn't lose as much as she wanted to lose. And Dr. Proctor lets her know that, he's done this surgery, thousands of times. And so far, he said that Meghan has been the least successful. And, of course, Meghan gets upset about this. And, she's like, oh, I'm going to get teary eyed. I don't want to be a failure, blah, blah, blah. And Dr. Proctor says, look, it's not about, the kind of the amount that's on your plate. It's about your calorie intake. So he said, I believe you can do this, but you need to believe that you can do this. So she's going to keep on trying and we'll just see. I hope that she can do it and that she doesn't, cause herself to fail because I think that she can do it. So next up, we see Vanessa, and I was like really hoping that she would make her weight. Dr. Proctor told her last time that she needed to be below 400 pounds in order to be approved for surgery. So Vanessa gets up on that scale and she is 398.2 pounds. So she was so proud of herself, and I was proud of her too. I'm so glad she was able to make her weight. I was like, girl, you did that. Go ahead, girl. So Dr. Proctor approved her for surgery, and he said he's going to schedule the surgery for next week. So I'm happy that she was approved. Vanessa and Meghan, they hugged it out. They were, congratulating. Well, Meghan was congratulating Vanessa, and so she is just so excited. The next scene, it shows her, having a celebration at her house. She invites the girls, of course, Meghan, Tina, and Ashley. They have some healthy snacks laid out. And Vanessa said that she did invite her sister. Everybody was kind of apprehensive about that since her sister has been mad at her. They do show Vanessa's son, and he says that he's proud of his mother and that she seems happier since being approved for surgery. So eventually, Vanessa's sister comes, and she's been kind of, you know, so when she comes in. She really doesn't speak to Vanessa at first. She just goes and talks to her nephew. And then she slowly, talks to people. They sit down and they end the episode with Vanessa telling her sister that she got approved for surgery. So we're going to see next week what happens, how her sister reacts. And they gave a little preview for next week showing that Vanessa's going to be getting her surgery. So I'm excited for her. I really thought that this was a good episode, and I look forward to what they will be showing next week. But that was my review of Thousand Pound Best Friends Season 1, Episode 7, Waiting to Exhale. Please, again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.